PK52, the Saturday morning meeting. Shout out to the Portland region. I just spent a week in the Portland region. I've lost my voice, had multiple classes, and saw people that I haven't seen in, I mean, I hate to say it like this, decades. It was phenomenal. Met a bunch of new people in the car business, and it was a really, really good week. So as I was flying from Oregon back to Texas, I thought, does everybody really understand exactly how the safety features work on a Toyota? We talked about Star Safety System, and it's pretty complex. I mean, as a driver, I really just want it to work. As a sales professional or a manager in a car business, when I explain something to somebody, I want them to have at least enough understanding about it to see value to the price point of what I'm trying to sell. So it's kind of a complicated deal. I can tell somebody how it works, and I don't know that anybody's going to come back and say they didn't understand that. I think they'll just accept it and move on. But I got to make sure they understand how it works. So maybe, possibly, could have happened that when Toyota designed Safety Sense, that they just tested it. And I think some of this was tested in Europe. I can't be sure of that. But they wanted to make sure the features worked, and so they wanted to use cutting-edge technology without spending the money. The first thing we're going to talk about is auto high beams. Let's just say this. Humans do not have great night vision. And to be honest with you, as you get older, your night vision gets worse and worse for most people. And so in the animal world, one of the animals that has great night vision is a canine. And so what we're going to look at in this first series is, can I test the overall auto high beams by using man's best friend? So let's see a real life situation. For anybody that doesn't know how auto high beams came about, think about this. Driving in bad weather, driving at night, obviously two things happen. If I have my high beams on, then I have more in front of me and peripheral light, so I can see things on the side of the road or people in front of me. The problem is, if I don't turn those high beams off, because I've been driving for hours and I kind of phase out, then somebody comes down the other side of the road and they're flashing their bright lights at me, and now both of us are blinded by the high beams. So I want to have a system where I can run my high beams all the time, but the system itself will dim my beams when somebody's approaching me or I'm approaching them. Remember, if I'm approaching a car, the reflective material on the back of the car, from turn signals to paint to the license plate, can reflect light back and cause the beams to go to low beam. But initially, the testing was man's best friend teaching us how to be able to spot reflective surfaces and oncoming lights. Let's look. Nice music, you know, the man's droning a little bit. Man's best friend. Okay, nice job, pup. And back to high beams again. Automatic high beam. Again. Thank you, pup. It's like having man's best friend, but even better. In the second episode of entertainment and understanding how something works, let's say, for example, that you wanted to put in pre-collision and you wanted people to understand pre-collision. If a pedestrian walks out in front of us, if I don't see that pedestrian or I'm slow to react, I want the car to decelerate and I want the brakes to be applied. That's what that system does. In another situation where I go around a corner and somebody's broke down in the middle of the road, I mean, that is an instance where I need the computer to react faster than me. So when you look at how this works, who in the world would be trained to be able to react in a split second because of their overall training? And when we're testing for pre-collision, who did we hire? Let's take a look. Yes, it's a fighter pilot. It's like having a fighter pilot with you, but better. And yes, Even pre-collision works with a goat. This has been a humorous version of PK52, the Saturday morning meeting. I hope you enjoy.